Right, I'm delighted to be joined by Tom Aspinall once again ahead of a massive fight against Curtis Blaydes. But more importantly, congratulations are in order. We've got the balloons here. You've just hit 100k subscribers, Tom.
Big YouTube guy, aren't I, these days? Yeah. I mean, YouTube's just something that I mess about with. Do you know what I mean? That's my team's job to sort out. So it's good. I like it. It's going all right. It's going all right. Good exclusive stuff coming up on the channel. Tom Aspinall official. Make sure you like and subscribe if you don't already. 100,000 people have subscribed, so we're doing all right so far.
Yeah, you're starting to become the true Geordie of the Northwest. But moving on now to the massive fight, Curtis Blaydes, and all those various things you're doing to prepare for the 5 a.m. start. What's the one that's the most important?
There's a lot of important stuff. I said last night, doing an interview last night, I said I've been dipping my hands in petrol at 4 a.m. That's working pretty good, mate. My hands are solid now. Like it never worked. I've never done it before. It's the first time I've done it. So I think, especially with the new gloves, we've got new UFC gloves. I think you'll really feel the difference in the hands because the solid piercing through the gloves. They will be my knuckles. So yeah, I've been doing a bit of that. Been doing a bit of other stuff, and yeah, it's all. I'll let everyone know fight week. I think what I've been doing. Yeah.
And with Curtis Blaydes, somebody who you've obviously fought before, the last fight didn't last too long. So in terms of tactics, do you need to change anything massively, or are you going in with the same game plan?
I feel like we've both evolved since the first fight. There's never any two fights that are the same. Similar game plan, but I'll just get out there, move around, and see what happens. You never know. You never know how it's going to go until fight night. So I'm ready for anything.
And you're going to have 23,500 people cheering you as champion. But it's not the first time you've walked into Manchester as the champion. Tales of the Octagon with Michael Bisping. You walked in with the belt. Tell me about that experience and what putting that show together was like. Because with Michael Bisping, anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, Bisping's a wild guy. I mean, it's Bisping show, do you know what I mean? I just turned up to help him out a little bit. He wanted me there, so I was there. And it was good, mate. Bisping's good at that kind of stuff, so that's his thing. So I just showed my face and did my little bit, but it turned out pretty good. I think Bisping's good at all that kind of stuff, so that's what he does full time now. He talks for a living, so he's really good at that stuff. Yeah.
Obviously, it was great for you and Bisping. For Paul Craig, not so much. I watched the man do a backflip and land on his face. Was he okay after the show?
He was all right. He did it. He actually. So we did 2 shows. One was in London, one was in Manchester. Both times he landed on his face. So I thought he would have learned after the first one, but he obviously got a few beers in him and thought he could do it again. But he was great. Paul's a great guy, yeah.
And now looking at the serious stuff, obviously Jon Jones is going to be fighting Miocic, which is great for him, obviously, Stipe being a legend, but not necessarily fantastic in terms of the development of the sport, because obviously you, with the interim belt, you're in line for that fight. What do you think Jon Jones sees in you that he's not keen to fight? Because it seems like he's sort of gone out of his way to not sign the contract.
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I have no idea. At the moment, in all honesty, I'm not really interested in Jon and what he's doing. When I fight him, I'll talk about Jon, but until then, I'm fighting Curtis, so I'm not thinking about Jon.
And there's another guy, Alex Pereira, who seemingly is the opposite of Jon Jones. Rather than saying he doesn't want to fight you, he's saying he is. What do you make of Alex Pereira? And if you got into the cage with him, would you want to test your hands against him, or would you go for a grappling heavy approach?
Well, he's a beast. I'm a big fan of his, actually. I like what he does. I like what he's about. He's there to fight. He fights anybody. He fights on short notice. Pretty similar to myself, if I do say so myself. We have pretty similar mindsets, but no, if we fought, I'd just sprint across the octagon, rugby tackle him, hold him on the floor. That's what I'd do. Fantastic.
And obviously there's such an iconic photo of you and Alex Pereira where you're staring at him from the cage. There's another fantastic photo of you and Sergey Pavlovich where you have your hands on each other. Which is the better photo for you?
The Pavlovich one. Yeah, definitely. I mean, all that was with me and Pereira was I was literally just watching him go in the octagon. It was nothing. I mean, it just looked pretty good. But the Pavlovich one was a bit better. Like hand on the shoulder, bit of respect before the fight. It was all good.
And another person who you spent so much time with, Tyson Fury, a great fighter. I know you worked alongside him during your Peter Fury days. You've seen what Peter did for him and how good a boxer he is, how slick he is. Obviously, he lost his last fight to Alexander Usyk. How does he rewind the clock? How does he go back to doing what he does best and winning the fight?
I don't know. Like at this point, he's getting a little bit. He's definitely close to the end of his career now. I don't really know. You'd have to ask him. I think that Usyk's just very, very good, isn't he? Tyson's obviously very, very good as well. I think it was a good fight, and I want to see it again. I know that. I don't know what Tyson should do about it. I'm not a boxer, so I don't know. But I think that nearly knocked the table over then. Apologies. I think that I definitely want to see it again, though.
Fantastic stuff, Tom. Thank you so much for joining me. It's appreciated as ever. Congrats again on your 100k subscribers, and I wish you all the luck in the world for the fight against Curtis. But before I let you go, is there anything else that you would like to mention?
No, not really. I think the fight card sells itself. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't need me selling it too much. I'm going to do as much as I can fight week, obviously, but there's still going to be 25,000 people there. Oh, 23,500, did you say? There's still going to be, it's going to be packed out either way. Yeah, tune in, because it's going to be an epic night of MMA fighting in Manchester.